My name is Samuel Atta, the CEO of Clover Farms. In this episode, we'll be talking more about turkey farming. So how is turkey farming different from chicken farming? Well, turkey farming is quite different from chicken farming with the aspect of rearing them from day old till they matured. Normally, chicken will lay egg somewhere around 4 months if it's the commercial layer. But with turkey farming, the earliest that a turkey hen will lay is somewhere around 5 to 6 months old. The difference between turkey and chicken is that turkey become very big in size as compared to chicken, and their meat taste is quite different. Even though they are all birds, turkey is quite expensive than the normal chickens or the commercial chickens that we do rear. So that's the difference between chicken farming and turkey farming. Before you start turkey farming, you need to first of all get your capital, get a land, put up the structure, get the breed that you want to breed, being it the foreign, being it the local. Then you start from there. You have to get to know whether you are going to be able to raise day old by yourself or have someone coach you, or you get the young ones and you give them feed till they become matured, or better still, you can get the matured ones which will soon lay, or at the point of lay birds who will lay for you in no time, so that you can get their children and you expand your coop as time goes on. Yeah, turkey farming is very profitable from my point of view and my experience, even for beginners, because everything about turkey is quite expensive. Anything about turkey is quite expensive. Being it the matured one, being it the day old, being it the young ones, even their egg is quite expensive. So venturing into turkey farming is very lucrative. If you have the expertise and knowledge about it, you will be able to earn more even as a beginner. The first step you have to know before starting your turkey farming is that you have to learn many things about turkey farming. But you have to know the kind of things that you use in your turkey farming journey, and you have to know more about what you are about to venture into. If you don't know more about it, the little thing or the little mistake you do, you will end up killing your birds. So you have to know more from the scratch. Get the knowledge first. The knowledge is very important. Get the knowledge about turkey farming first before you continue with any other aspect that you will think of. The right location for a turkey farming, in case you are going to acquire a land for your turkey farming project, you have to let the chief in that locality be aware that you are using this particular land for turkey farming. Because if they do agree, if it approaches where town is not normally allowed. So you have to first of all inform. If you are doing it on a large scale, you have to first of all inform the chief that you are using this land that you are about to purchase for this project. You have to let them know. Because even in the Landsat, the registration of residential land and registration of commercial land, it varies. If you are purchasing a land for residential purpose, I think that one, the lease is 99, maximum of 99 years. But if it's for commercial purpose like turkey farming, the maximum lease is 50 years. If you let the local authorities know and you are under the legal framework, you are good to go. So if you are getting a land for a commercial scale turkey farming, you have to let the local authorities be aware and you register it, and you start with your structure, then you are good to go. Okay, the best breed for beginners, if you don't know any knowledge about turkeys and you want to start turkey, you can go in with the heritage breeds. If I talk heritage breeds, people normally call them the local breeds. We have the heritage, we have the hybrid breeds, we have the F1 hybrid, you have foreign, but then I will not comment foreign. But if you say you are going to do it even as a beginner and you want it to be done in a commercial space, then I think the foreign is good for you. The foreign, because they grow and become bigger as in no time as compared to the heritage breed. The heritage breeds will take a very long period before they start to appreciate in size. So I will commend you going for the heritage breed if you are doing it for backyard, or you are doing it on a normal basis without not if you are doing it for commercial scale, you are doing it to sell it to the restaurants and other companies, then the foreign will be good for you. But before you venture into it, get an expert to coach you throughout your journey from getting a day old to the matured ones if you want to do it in a commercial scale. So on the aspects of where beginners can get healthy turkeys to buy, that one depends. If the beginner wants to get the foreign as they would, the foreign is normally imported. It's normally imported from countries like Belgium, Holland, and UK. That's where foreign day olds come from. So if as a beginner, there are companies that you can source your day old turkeys from. If you want the foreign ones, there are companies that you can source them from. And if you want the heritage ones, you can get that. You can get some in your locality. You can get some from me. There are other farmers around that you can get some from. There are other turkey farmers that you can get some from. You just have to know that the farmer ensures biosecurity system and do vaccinate his birds so that you not get so much, or you're not going to end up buying disease instead of buying turkey. So you have to keep note of that. That you have to know the records of the farmer, whether he vaccinates his birds or not. That's the one aspect that you have to take note. The number of turkeys one can start with is quite relative. But ideally, I will recommend you start with maybe a 10. If you have 5 males, 5 females. If not, and you want to like produce more, getting more females and at least 2 males. At least 2 males. I have a reason for saying at least 2 males because anything can happen. One can die on the road, so you get one to mate your other female turkey so that you get fertilized eggs. Two, at least 2 males will be okay. 2 males, and periodically you have to change the male. Maybe you introduce this male in the coop. The subsequent 5 days you have to change and bring in the other one. Don't keep all of them at the same time. If you do, you end up getting unfertilizer because they will not agree which one to mate the female. They will fight over it. They are actually going to fight over it. So basically, if you are starting with 10, you can get 8 females, 2 males. The aspect of getting day old or matured ones is quite relative on a farmer. If you say you're going to buy the day olds, you will get more turkeys. But if you can brood them, that's fine. If you end up killing them, then that's going to be an issue. You can choose to buy the day olds, you get more turkey. But if you say you're going to buy the matured ones, you get few because of the cost involved. The matured ones are quite expensive as compared to the day olds. So the money that you use to buy the mature one can buy 10 day olds. So if you can brood them, that's fine. If you can brood them, that's fine. Or someone can choose the matured ones, and maybe about a month or two, it will start to lay, and they will get the day olds together with the matured ones. So that one is quite relative. Quite relative. It depends on the what the person intends to do. Okay, with turkey structure, the structure that you have to do for them, so that that will be the where they will habit. It has to have a roof. You have to prevent rainwater from falling on them directly, and you have to make sure that there's more airspace because the turkeys don't like it. If you make your coop in such a way that there's a lot of heat in the coop, they will end up getting some diseases that you could have prevented. Some diseases that if the ventilation is fine, you will be able to prevent more disease than actually bringing in disease into your coop. Okay, so if you want to keep your turkeys from predators like dogs and uh, other mammals, you just have to make sure they have a coop where it is enclosed. A coop which is enclosed. If you allow them to forage around, you have to keep an eye on them so that they will not end up in the hands of the predator. So normally, if you allow them to go out and forage for themselves, you have to keep an eye on them, or make sure that there are no predators around before you allow them to go out. If not, then you have to keep them in a confined, spacious, and well ventilated place. Okay, when it comes to their feeding aspect, when they are young, you have to get the commercial feed, which has more protein. So in our system, we do have a broiler starter, which has about 22 to 23% protein. You can give it to the turkeys from the start. So when they reach about 4 weeks, and you can then change it to grower feed for about 4 or 5 months. So then you change it to layer for them for the females to start to lay earlier than expected. So every stage has their own feed. Every stage, when they are they need when they are young, they need more protein. They need more protein in their diet. But the protein shouldn't be more. If you are saying you are going to prepare your own feed, you should let an expert guide you. The protein shouldn't be more than required, because if you do, they will end up having curd legs. So you have to make sure the required nutrients and the required nutrients that they need are being given to them. Don't overdose their nutrients. Normally, turkeys should be given feed either in the morning. If they are able to consume it, then you give them in the evening. Normally, it's not recommended for you to be giving your birds feed in the afternoon. So in the morning and in the evening, if you do have it, it's fine. In the morning, you have to give them more in the morning. Then in the evening, you give them less. So if that one to be fine. And if with the water too, you have to change it every 24 hours. Provided there is being medicated or not, you have to change it every 24 hours. Every 24 hours. I mean, when it comes to my young ones, my daywoods, I do change their water every 12 hours because it's easy for them to defecate in their drinker. So I normally change it every 12 hours, and I'm getting a very good results for doing that. When it comes to the vaccination schedule, you can use the national vaccination schedule for birds, but that one is mostly for chicken. You can follow it if you are adding the turkeys with chicken. If you are adding them together, you have to follow the national vaccination schedule. You have to vaccinate the turkeys and the chicken on the same schedule. But then if you are separating only the turkeys, the schedule will somehow change a little bit, because that's at the time that you vaccinate the turkey with fowl pox will be different from vaccinating chicken on the national vaccination schedule. So there's a difference. If you are keeping only turkeys, then you have to give them the first Newcastle, second Newcastle, first Gumboro, and fowl pox. Fowl pox will come somewhere around 4 weeks. It will come somewhere around 4 weeks. So after 4 weeks, if and then a month after 4 weeks, you give it the second fowl pox vaccine. So the vaccination period, the vaccination schedule, you should give them the Newcastle, Gumboro, and fowl pox. That's quite important. So for you to keep turkeys healthy and free from stress, you have to check on them, give them their normal routine, give them the normal food that they will eat, give them clean water. Sometimes mix bitter leaf, pawpaw leaves, and scent leaves. Give it to them. It serves as a natural antibiotics for them. And pawpaw leaves, sometimes that one too is for coccidiosis. But you shouldn't be based on only the natural as organic aspect. You should sometimes mix it with the synthetic one for you to get the results. And ideally, you are supposed to have a schedule to deworm your birds. Have a schedule, being it on a monthly basis or 2 months basis. You have to follow that schedule that you plan for yourself. Me, for instance, I do it on a monthly basis. I make sure I vaccinate the birds and give them the dewormer every month. I make sure I give them the dewormer every month so that as they be pecking some things on the floor, they will end up getting worm loads in their system. So if you deworm them, it will help them eat and get you great results as well. So to notice a common sign of illness in a turkey, the nature and how the turkey moves and everything about the turkey will change. They can sometimes be at one particular posture and still be there without any movement until maybe you get closer to it. If something like this happens, then you know that your turkey is not feeling well. You know that your turkey is, there are some diseases that you can easily see with your eyes, something like fowl pox. You get to know that there are some pox on the turkey head, their leg, and you can easily identify that. And something like turkey coryza or infectious coryza, you are likely to see that one too. But then if it's Newcastle, you have to check their poop, the color of the poop. Normally, you have to get to know whether, if you give them green leaves often, their poop will be somehow green. That's not Newcastle. But if you don't give them any green and their feces are green, that means there's something wrong with that particular turkey who made that poop. So you have to check on that turkey. If best, isolate that turkey for some time, monitor it, and if it shows signs of any particular illness, you start to treat that particular illness. The time that it takes for a turkey to reach a market price is relative depending on the breed. If you are doing it for commercial and you are rearing the foreign turkeys, they can, with a maximum of 5 to 7 months, they will be ready for market. 5 to 7 months, they will be ready for market. But if it's the heritage or the local and the hybrid breeds, they tend to appreciate in size somewhere around 10 months old. So it's quite relative. It's quite relative on the breed. So the selling price for turkeys is quite determined by the number of turkey farmers in the country. There is not a fixed price, but there is a range where turkey the price of turkey should fall. Normally, advertisers do copy the price of other farmers and quote their best to be with the same price, but that's not how it's supposed to be. Mostly, before you price your bird, get to know how much you spent on it, then you add your profit. Sometimes someone will not raise the bird to the standard it's supposed to be, but then since it's being put on the market that this is the price of a male turkey, then we are all selling at the same price, or if the person will even reduce it small to get the customers. But if you get to know how much you spent on your turkey, and then you add your profit, being it labor, feed, and everything, you add your profit to it, then you sell it. That's ideally that's supposed to be how it should be. You shouldn't just quote your price just that someone has quoted this price. Maybe someone is selling the turkey for 800 cedis. You know you fed your turkey more than 800 cedis, then you go and quote 800 cedis, then it means you are making a loss over here. So you just have to uh, come across with the how much you spent on the turkey before you price it. Before you price it. Okay, the best way to find buyers for your turkey is to either post it online. We have other online marketing places over there. You can post it over there, and you can as well tell others in your locality. You can tell others that you do sell turkeys, so people should, if anybody is interested in getting turkey, you should direct the person to you. That way is also there. You can post it on social media, your WhatsApp status, and everywhere. You can post it in other groups, being it school group, church group. You can post it there. If someone who is interested finds your advert, they will patronize you. And if someone buys from you and get to know that you do have, they will recommend your business to other people who are likely to show interest in that same turkey flock. Okay, on a basis that with the profit that a small scale turkey farmer will make is quite relative, depending on the number of turkeys that the person is rearing. So if, let's say, they have 8 point of lay turkeys and let's say 2 males, ideally, if they are to hatch their day old, currently a day old goes price ranges from 58 to, some even sell at 70 cedis, 58 to 70 cedis. So that's the price for the day old hybrids. So 58 to 78. If a turkey to during their first class, they can lay about 15 to 25. So let's say with a minimum of 15, each of them were able to lay 15. So 8 times 15, 8 of them times 15. So you have about 120 eggs. Let's find it on an average that 20 of the eggs were bad, they weren't fertilized. So we're able to hatch 100 pots. So with 100, let's make it the minimum price times let's say 60. It can be more than that. It's even depending on the breed. Some people have improved their breed. Some too are still using the local breed. With the local breed, the price is currently somewhere around 58. But you can get some 60, 65. 65 is somewhere getting people who have improved their breed. That's where they sell 65 cedis, 70. So let's say the person is selling it at 60 cedis. That's the minimum you can get in the market. So 100 times 60 will give you somewhere around 6,000. So let's say you use maybe 2005 for their feed and maybe their medication and other view for that particular month. So minus 2005. Okay, so you are closely to get somewhere around 3,500 for that particular month. If you are doing it on a small scale and you have like 8 females and 2 males on an average, that's the price for, if you are saying you are selling them at day old price. But if you are selling them at 1 month old or 2 months old, the price will go up, and the calculations too will go up because they will eat when they start to grow. After a month and 2 months, they will eat a lot. Yeah, so that's how a small scale turkey farmer is ideally supposed to be making on that basis. Okay, the challenge that beginners should expect in their turkey flock is that as much as you want your turkey to lay, there are times that turkeys go broody. They are not like chicken. They are not like chicken where they can lay for 200 plus days in the year. They are not like chicken. They can lay and stop and go broody, and they will try to sit on their own eggs. They will stop laying, especially if they go molting. You know, when they pluck their feathers. If they pluck their feathers, they will stop laying and wait till they grow new feathers before they start to lay again. So there are instances that the income will not be coming as expected on daily basis or on a monthly basis. There are times that your turkeys will stop laying for a while. So these are some things that you need to note as a beginner. These are some things that you need to know. And again, the challenges that a beginner should expect that sometimes the turkeys do fight, and if care is not taken, they can fight till death. They can fight till death. That's how their nature is. They can fight. Sometimes they want to show seniority, and if the other turkey is not quite submissive, they can fight till one of them dies. So you should note about this one. They can fight till one of them dies. The advice I will give to someone who is starting turkey farming today is that the person should just persevere. There are times that maybe you make a mistake and your birds will start dying and you even decide to stop, but then you shouldn't stop. Turkey farming is quite easy if you get to know more about it. If you get to know more about it, it's quite easy. It's quite easy. If you learn from your experience too, you are good to go. It's not that difficult as people outside perceive turkeys not to be strong birds. You can do it. There are so many ways that you can rear your turkeys without mortalities or so many mortalities. So you can venture into the turkey farming. It's a very lucrative business, and I will urge everyone, especially the youth and the grown-ups, to venture into turkey farming, and they will get the results that they expect. All right, we are located at Kumasi Fade. There is a town called Bonfa. When you reach Fade, you ask of Bonfa. Anybody will direct you. When you reach Bonfa, you just give us a call. Our call line is 024-888-2118. So that's our call line, 024-888-2118. Thank you. Kindly like and subscribe for more.